You want to torment me after your death when I was not the one who killed you. Just why? Drummy Glam, this cute mannique. Why I tell you a story time of how I make connection with a ghost in NYC camp. Nah, 3 years ago, I went to go for NYC camp. I started to consult all my older friends that have gone for camp before. So I asked them a thing or two about camp life, and they all said one thing in common. Try to connect with people as much as possible. And me as an introvert, I knew that was a difficult task for me. Maybe that's why I picked that particular part of their plenty advice. I'm from IMSU, by the way, Imo State University. So I was supposed to do my service at Jigawa State, but I had in mind that after camp, I would redeploy to Delta State. When I got to camp, let me just say I'm an understanding girlfriend like they call them now. Cause wow, all these girls in camp so hot. I thought it was a low-key state in Nigeria. Under that hot, some people were knocking wigs, jackets on top this our normal NYC regular polo. Anyway, I said to myself, this is the time. Just connect to as much people as you can. On my third day after this our very long class at this seminar, everybody was to go back to their rooms. While I was working out, I saw that one girl was fast asleep. So as a nice person, I decided to wake her. I never knew she was my nemesis. I asked her, I said, sis, are you okay? She said, no, I'm not. I don't think I said that money issues, they worry this one. But as a good person, I decided to fight the introvert spirit in me and talk to her. So I decided to sit close to her. Who sent me message? Chai. She said in her words, I dey feel lonely for this place. I don't tire to stay here. I want go house. I know let her talk finish. I said this would only take few months now. Maybe before do redeployment. Before myself could land, Auntie responded, few months? No, I don't stay here for like 5 years now and I want go house, go see my parents so that I feel rest. At this moment I was confused. I asked, how manage? We had to leave the hall, so we walked outside and found a good spot to discuss. Auntie called the knock mystery. She said she came to this camp in 2016 during the Boko Haram era and her parents had told her that if she went for this camp, they would kill themselves because her mom had dreamt that she won't return. After the very long story, she said she was kidnapped and killed alongside other passengers on her way returning home. After she was done with camp, since then, she has been stuck here, seeing people go and come, but couldn't speak to anyone, not until today that I personally approached her. Sure? Hey, my dear, if you see the kind of laugh where I laugh when she tell me this story finish, Now, so I just tell her my mind that all of now be art students, all these theater art students. Now, Sabi creates touching stories. But the auntie just started crying. She said I should please help her get home. I reluctantly asked her where her home was, and she said Benue State. I thought it was even somewhere closer. I just stood up and left because at this point I've heard enough from her. But she didn't even bother to follow me. When I got inside the hostel that night, the thought of what she had said and how emotional she was kept sounding in my head. The next day I decided I wasn't talking to anyone anymore because it seems like connecting is not for me. During our morning exercise, I kept seeing her standing close to a tree watching me the whole time. She wasn't working out with us, but the camp supervisors didn't even seem to see her or even care. She's wearing the NYC uniform like also. I asked one guy if people see the girl over there staring at us, and he asked which girl. I pointed at her many times, but he said no one is there. And the guy just used to avoid me. He go say I don't Chris. After that, she kept on coming to beg me when I was alone to please help her take a picture to her mom and tell her what had happened to her. More, this one original case of you go explain, tired, no evidence. I kept running away from her. I moved to my family member about it on the phone and they said they would put me in prayers. They said for the meantime I should try and avoid her, but she seems to be finding me wherever I'm hiding around to relax. At last, camp was over. I had the opportunity to go to Delta State for my relocations and redeployment. But this girl came to me that morning and said if I leave this camp without her pictures and full address of her house, that we die just the way she did. But more fear gripped me. I started begging her. I said I have never been to Benue State before, that it's very far from my place and that I don't have enough money for such stress, blah, blah, blah. But she insisted. Later I took a picture from her and her address. I could remember she lived somewhere in Agatu, Benue State. And so I changed location to where I'm not supposed to go. Took a vehicle to travel down to Benue State for almost 12 hours journey. This story is way too long. Please like and follow for part 2. Now, here is the finish to the customer ordered this mannequin from us. Said she wanted her eyeshadow with glitter instead of stones. Now, here is an illustration of what it will look like as a wig showcase. Isn't this just stunning? Now, tell me as a hair vendor, why haven't you got one of our mannequins? We have them in different skin colors and types. Order for yours now so I can see you in part 2. Cause new quietly go come to have a little nice time.